It's a glorious spring day here in Happy Valley, and I'm going to pay tribute to the pineapple today, but not just any pineapple, my husband's pineapple. Yes, folks, my husband Joe, right here in central Pennsylvania, managed to grow 3 pineapples, and this one is ripe and ready for a very special recipe today. Tacos al pastor, or shepherd's tacos, is a very old and authentic Mexican dish. Thinly sliced marinated pork is sandwiched in between thinly sliced grilled pineapple. It's bundled together and slow roasted over an open spit or a vertical rotisserie. Today, I'm going to show you how to bring this traditional taste of Mexico right into your own kitchen. Let's get started. I've grilled and sliced 1 entire pineapple. I cut it into 8 pieces and put it on the grill grids for just about a minute to a minute and a half per side, just until grill marks appear. I'm going to set that down and let it cool while I prep my pork. In this Ziploc bag, I've thinly sliced 1 large onion. That's about 8 ounces. I have a 2-pound pork tenderloin, and all I'm doing is thinly, as thin as I can, quickly shaving this meat. It's falling apart, it's so tender. I love using pork tenderloins for this recipe. I'm going to add this to the bag. I'm going to give these a quick toss together to get the onions through the pork. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my hands, and then we're going to make the marinade. Now for the exciting part. We're going to make the marinade. I'm starting with chipotle peppers in adobo sauce. Chipotle peppers are nothing more than a smoked jalapeno, which is why you're not going to see me adding any fresh jalapenos to this mix today. Adobo sauce is a really spicy tomato vinegar sauce with a blend of ground chilies added to it. I've added 1 large chipotle chili, and I'm going to take about 2 tablespoons of adobo sauce and add it to my processor. You can add a little more or a little less. That's your choice. For my spice blend, I've got Mexican oregano, cumin, cloves, cinnamon, black pepper, garlic powder, and guajillo dried chili powder. Guajillo chilies, if you can't find guajillo chili powder or dried guajillo chilies, I can recommend that you substitute smoked paprika. But guajillo chilies are long, thin, and mild, and they add a really, really sweet and fruity edge to the dish you're making, and they're used a lot to make mole. I'm going to add my spice blend to this food processor. A 6-ounce can of pineapple juice, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and I'm just going to blend this until it's really smooth. About 5 or 10 seconds, that's all it's going to take. Going to add, I'm going to move these aside first, to that bag of pork and onions, all of this really spicy marinade. I'm going to zip this closed, mix it around, and I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours. I'm not going to refrigerate it overnight, folks, because pineapple has an enzyme in it that acts as a natural tenderizer to pork. And if you keep it in the refrigerator too long, you might end up with mushy pork, which is not a good thing. I've preheated my electric skillet to 375 degrees. And I like to use an electric skillet for this because it gives me a big enough surface area to cook this pork quickly and evenly over a high temperature. And this thinly shaved pork is going to cook very quickly in as little as 5 to 6 minutes. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil. I'm using corn oil because that's authentic Mexican. I'm just going to tip my pan around a little bit, just enough to coat the bottom. And I'm going to add all of this pork and its marinade. And what I'm literally going to do is act like this is a stir fry and keep tossing and turning until this pork is cooked through. Now it's authentically done on a vertical spit, and when people think vertical spit, what they most associate it with is the gyro sandwich. And the truth be told, a long time ago there was a big influx of Lebanese people into Mexico, and they brought their vertical spits and their gyro sandwiches. The Mexican people liked them so much they adopted the process. They changed the lamb to pork. They changed the marinade from an olive base to a chili pepper, vinegar, and tomato base. And they served it on taco shells instead of pita bread. Tacos al pastor was born. My pork is perfectly cooked, and this only took about 6 minutes. I've turned my skillet down to about 250 degrees, and while the pork was cooking, I diced my pineapple into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to add this to the mixture, and I am only going to cook this for about 30 seconds to a minute, just until the pineapple is heated through. Now it's time to make our tacos and eat. Authentic tacos al pastor are served on corn tortillas. Lightly grilled, slightly warmed, soft and pliable. 2 tortillas for each taco because these are really, really moist and juicy. Traditionally, they're also served with just a little bit of salsa verde or green salsa and a sprinkling of cilantro. No cheese. If you're ever in Mexico and have the opportunity to eat tacos al pastor from a real vertical rotisserie, do it. There's nothing like them. Here in Pennsylvania, if you're hungry for tacos al pastor, this is the recipe for you. For these and all of my recipes, just go to my website,